Hello, ladies, gentlemen, countrymen, and others. I'd like to have a few words. With the current debate on gun control and other matters on our protected rights by the Constitution and natural given rights, I'd like to put some input as a non-Washington, D.C. resident, participant, or elected official. Let me tell you where I sit before I tell you where I stand. I'm a retired cop, almost 30 years of experience. I'm a world-class competitive shooter. I've shot over around the world. I'm a hunter, father, brother, and my background, I am a mixed heritage, American native, and the grandmother on my father's side is a direct descendant of slaves. So I think I have some standing to speak, of which I am about to begin. Let's take up the gun control issue first. The gun control issue is basically a control issue and an attempt to get in the door and bring other things, as they usually do, one step at a time. And they usually put stuff in there that you may like you'll hear stuff about universal background checks, which sounds good. Like a pedophile offering candy to a kid, sounds good. So they get in the car. Once you're in the car, they make a left turn down the wrong road and there you go. But when you hear the one good thing, you think it's okay, but that's the one step that they want. In theory, it's a solid idea, but they use that solid idea to come in with ideas that aren't so solid, as that particular instrument is the Trojan horse that gets you into the fort. And let me speak on what I'm talking about. The left side liberals, if you want to use names, doesn't make any difference because some people with the same worldview are on both sides of the aisle. But for this discipline, this particular exercise, let's just say the anti-gun crowd, the left-leaning side for now. If we have to have names, boxes to put people in, and that's what I'm talking about, boxes. Even the word assault rifle, assault right off the front tells you it has bad intent. There is no intent to a machine. There's only intent to the operator of the machine. They call a rifle, a semi-automatic, an assault rifle because it's similar to a military rifle. It's like calling an American Jeep that they have out here in the driveway an assault Jeep because the military used Jeeps to carry assault rifles, rockets, mortars, and people and soldiers all about through war. But a Jeep in my driveway is no more an assault Jeep than a semi-automatic rifle is an assault rifle until it's in war and actually assaulting people. So let's get rid of those names, assault rifle. If you want to really be specific about it, in Vietnam, which was my war, I wasn't in country but in service at that time, supported it. There's over 20,000 rounds fired for each enemy that was killed. The American sniper, the most efficient killer in the war, had more like a 50% kill ratio, 2 shot to 1 dead. That's overall. And that is a bolt action rifle. No high capacity magazines. Most of the time they're using 308s, which carried 5 rounds in a fixed magazine. But they had a 50% kill ratio. Now that is an assault rifle. That's your everyday bolt action rifle. Trust me, in a 2-shot a Derringer, if I stick it in your chest and pull the trigger, it's an assault pistol. So the word assault is a separate issue from the gun. So the label assault to every gun is like calling every male a wife beater. It just doesn't fit. So let's leave those negative names out of it. We're discussing this issue. And another thing is the word need. That side of the aisle on this issue keeps using the words you don't need high capacity. You don't need this. You don't need that. Well, I disagree with the whole premise of the need. That the people in the government are the judge and jury is to determine what I need, my children need, or you need. It's not a matter of need. As I told you, my grandmother came from a lineage of slaves. And I have a friend, a hunting buddy, in Colorado, whose family had slaves. We talked about it many times. And slaves had what they needed. They had a roof over their head, they had food, and they had a bed to sleep in. That's what they needed. That's what a slave is. They have what they need, just like your dog does. A free man has what he wants and can earn and obtain it. He can garner things that please him by his labors, efforts, and creativity. That's what a slave doesn't have, and that's what your dog doesn't have. And that's the difference. I am not a dog, and I am not a slave. So for any government official to tell me what I need, I am totally offended. And so should you be. The government should not tell you what you need. A lawful endeavor like shooting. In Pennsylvania alone, there are 1 million hunters, more than the Army in North Korea, and definitely here. And Michigan has almost as many. So does Texas. If you went through the country and looked through the records, how many hunters there are, you'll be astounded. And there's almost that much in the shooting sports. Like I competed in around the world, Australia, Canada, here. And these rifles you call assault rifles were rifles, which the military uses as rifles. And the military uses spoons and forks, and not assault spoons or forks. And they use jeeps, like I was telling you. They use single-engine aircraft to get about and do different things. They use computers, and some of them may be assault computers, because computer-controlled predators. And our president likes to use those assault computers to kill women and children, but we're not talking about that issue. Don't let me get off track. I regress. But using the language with the masses by a colorful president who was very good with words, as you would expect from a Harvard-trained talking suit. Some people may call it a lawyer, just like the assault rifle. We have the assault talking suit lawyer. Very good at talking, but when it comes to guns, he's never been near one. When it comes to wars, he might have smelled one or flew over one. And when it comes to blood or guts in the streets of America, he's never been there. Can he build anything? If he was taken up by a UFO, could he tell the aliens how to build a radio, how to do a heart transplant, how to do 3D calculus and land a capsule on the moon, how to make medical devices or chemicals that save the world, how to save somebody in an emergency situation, putting his life before someone else's to rescue people. I seriously doubt it. I don't know his total background, but I'm very dubious on that nature. But putting these politicians who don't know anything, they can't do anything with their hands. They can't milk a cow, they can't drive a NASCAR, and they can't fly an M16. But they're the ones that make the decision on these issues. What fighter jets we should find, what you need, what's an assault rifle, what's not. These are all talking suits. These are people from the ivory towers of the Ivy League schools. They went straight from school, straight to government, and they've been in government. So would you want a surgeon doing brain surgery on you tomorrow that was a lawyer yesterday because he read a book on it, or he had a study group that told him how to do brain surgery? I don't think so. But you want to trust these same people that really, in real life skills, have none, will tell you how to defend your family. The same people that are surrounded by Uzis, AR-15s, G3s, to protect them, while they don't even want you to have a gun with more than 7 rounds because you don't need a gun with 7 rounds. Well, if you talk to a cop, not police chiefs, when they tell you we talk to the police, they're talking about they talk to police chiefs. Police chiefs are politicians, nothing more. You talk to a street cop, you need a lot more than 7 rounds. Why? because it's not like what people who don't know about guns think. You know, if somebody comes up to assault you, you just pull a gun and shoot them once. It doesn't work that way. Only in Hollywood it doesn't work. Take, retake it. In a real street circumstance, you show up and the bad guy's waiting for you. You get out of your car, you're in the open, he's behind cover, starts shooting at you. You think you're going to take the time to stop and carefully aim? No, you're going to run for cover. While you're running for cover, what are you doing? You're shooting at him. Probably not going to hit him, but it's hard for him to aim at you when you're popping rounds at his head. That's called cover fire. That's why when you see these news stories, the cops fired 15 times. Why did they have to do that? Why did they shoot the gun out of his hand? Because it's dark. You're a 50-year-old cop, he's a 21-year-old kid that plays basketball. Track star, he can run fast. All you see is shadows in the dark, flashes of gunfire. You're shooting at those flashes in the movement. You're trying to keep him down, suppress him till you get the cover. So you put out 15 rounds. What does the media do? The journalists? Same schools that some of the politicians went to. Some went to junior college, but they've never really been in that circumstance. Put their life on the line. There's a lot of reasons why you need a lot of rounds. Now, in any magazines that I had to have a lot of rounds, in most circumstances, I don't load them full. I go shoot and I put in as many as I need to shoot each round. But it's like a Corvette that can go 180 miles an hour. Do you need that? No. Do you want it? Yes. Do you go 180 miles an hour all the time? No. But if a truck's going to run you over, running a red light, you have a Corvette that can do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, your chances of surviving are much greater than if you had a Yugo that does a quarter mile by watching your watch go around a few times. Okay? It's not that you would think they need it, but they do. Performance saves lives. Speed kills. Being able to get away fast, being able to duck fast, being able to shoot fast, being able to think fast, which is the most important. But you have to have the tools to execute what you're thinking. You know, if a burglar breaks in your house, home invasions, you don't get one little 110-pound guy come in. These aren't the mass shooters. They're kind of cowards and wimpy, and they just come in where it's unprotected, zero gun zone. They know there may be guns. You get 3 guys come in. 3 young guys cranked up on some latest drug, psychotic escape from the world. And you need more than 2 or 3 rounds. It's dark. You can't see. So you're out here trying to defend yourself, your family, and your kids are shaking down in the hallway, curled up in the corner. Only thing between them and death and being raped is you. And you have 7 rounds. And if you hit these people with most of the rounds that you guys want, no hollow points, they can suck up 6 or 7 rounds apiece and still survive and kill you. This is the realities if you've actually been there. But by the way you speak, the way you talk, and the way you want to regulate, you have not been there. I bet you haven't risked yourself for anything. The biggest risk most of you politicians have ever taken is falling off your chair, eating popcorn, almost choking, and your friend having to give you the Heimlich maneuver with a splash of water in your face. Congratulations on the Heimlich maneuver. But in the real world, the more rounds you have, that gives you more capability. That doesn't mean you're going to use them. If you were a bad guy and had 7-round clips, I can reload a 7-round clip in about a quarter to a half of a second minimum. Okay? If I'm shooting at you, I'm a bad guy in the theater, you are nowhere in the distance so you can get to me in a half second. So it makes slight delays at the most. But if you only restricted that to bad guys, if you said, oh, these clips are only for bad guys, and they actually followed the law, criminals, mafia hitmen, gangbangers that go out and kill to get drug money back, what do you think they're going to do? Say, wow, we're not allowed to have high-capacity magazines. We don't want to violate the gun laws. We just murdered 4 people last week, but we're worried about violating gun laws. Please. The only people who are going to follow the laws are the innocent people. The people who work and excel. So where do the bad guys go to rob and hurt people? Do you think they go to the bad neighborhoods? No. They're all armed with what? Illegal stolen guns, but they're still armed. You don't hear as many home break-ins in the real rough neighborhoods in the Bronx, stuff like that. Where do they go? Beverly Hills, Manhattan. Why? Because the liberals are sitting there smoking dope like our president used to and brags about it. Nice role model, Pres. Yay. They got all these drugs. That's where half the killings come from. Alcohol and drugs. And you make fun of it. They ask you if you ever inhale. Oh, that's the whole point of the thing. Nice move. You're these kids' big hero, a big time to shine in the spotlight and be a good role model, and you make fun, and it's fun to use drugs.